Hi everyone. I'm crabby and tired and just came back from the hospital to get labs drawn and am frustrated and was griping to myself in the car, and I'm like, oh, why don't I do a vlog so all of you can hear me gripe too. I did that vlog where I'm like, here are all the good things I've learned since my breast cancer diagnosis, and today it's like my labs weren't even for that. Like my sugar's been high. I'm like, I don't even know where to help. I don't know. I don't know how to do anything today. It's so frustrating. I don't know where to put the camera. I don't even know like what to do right now. Here, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna put this here, and that's just what it's gonna need to be. I don't even feel like taking my glasses off because I would have to untuck my hair from my hat, and I don't feel like taking my hat off because I rolled out of bed to go for my blood work because it had to be fasting, and I'm starving and I'm tired. I'm just tired of like, I don't know, like it was a new hospital today. Maybe that was what was different. Like I've gone to this hospital several times for labs before. That's usually where I go. But on Tuesday, I have my next Zometa infusion. And I think that's where kind of my frustration started with the whole Zometa thing. Because, yeah, maybe that's what this should be about. Like, there's not enough instructions. I need more instructions. I don't have enough instructions. And I'll be vulnerable and say at these times is when I'm like, I'm an independent woman and I'm single, blah, blah. And I take care of myself well, and I well, yeah. I wish like there was somebody else that was like the CEO of Jen when I have these kinds of moments where I have to keep track of shit. And I have that in friends, but I mean like full-time CEO that I can say like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm supposed to do today. Am I supposed to eat? What am I supposed to stop eating? I know I'm supposed to fast, but what am I supposed to fast? And like all my questions. I go into the hospital and I see that they have valet parking. So I'm like, oh, so when I have my Zometa infusion, does that mean that I can get like free valet because I'm going to the cancer center because I'm a cancer patient and we get like stuff for free sometimes, not medical bills, because no, those are in the tens of thousands. But we can get like reduced parking. Whoop whoop. I'm just going to be sarcastic. I know there's positives to stuff, but that's just not where I want to go today. So today's not going to be a very positive vlog. So if you're in a bad mood if you're in a bad mood, you might want to watch. If you're in a sad mood, you probably don't want to watch because I'm not going to make you any cheerier. And then I just need to get to work and end my day. It's Friday and the lab was even more busy than usual. But there's just not enough instructions. Like I wish the world were just like a perfect place. And I watched 1984 on TV the other day. I did read the book and it was kind of funny to watch it. It's such an old movie. Not that kind of world is what I'm talking about. So my random musings, yeah, so I go for my Zometa, my 5th Zometa on Tuesday, and I had an appointment. I'm so sick of appointments. Oh my God. I'm so tired of freaking fucking appointments. Like doctor's appointments. I went in to like kind of get ready for this workout regimen that I'm going to be starting after I'm feeling better for my Zometa. And one of the questions he asked was like, what am I on? What meds am I on? Blah, blah, blah. So I mentioned the infusions, and I said, because it was my understanding, that the point of the Zometa infusion was you do it every 6 months for 3 years. And the point was to have it reduce the risk of getting osteoarthritis and osteoporosis that happened because of the tamoxifen. That's my blanket statement that I've been saying for 2.5 years, almost 3 years now since diagnosis. 2.5 years, whatever. And the guy who's a doctor, he's like, well, you mean arthritis, not osteoporosis. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure she said osteoporosis. And he's like, no, it's probably arthritis. And I'm like, I'm not a doctor. It's such a disclaimer. Just put it on my fucking forehead. I'm not a doctor. Did I mishear? I don't think so. I've had so many fucking appointments that I don't think I misheard. And anyway, I was on a Zoom this week with my breast cancer support group, which I do think is a great idea when you find the right people. I love the people that are in my group. I've done some groups where I haven't really clicked with the people. And one of them was an attorney, and she said that she brought up something about like litigation about Zometa or zoledronic acid, whatever it's called. And I'm like, oh, lovely. Like, what's the litigation about? And she mentioned there's something because it's prescribed as two different things. Again, I'm not a doctor, so don't put a freaking star on this. Like, oh, my friend Jen gave me medical advice. No, I'm not, because I'm not a doctor. This isn't advice. This is just one, like, my experience. But she said that it, which is true, like it, from my understanding, it's prescribed for two things. It's prescribed, one, for breast cancer patients, and two, separately prescribed as something that starts with a B, I can't remember, but whose purpose is to lower the risk of getting osteoporosis. It was in writing and it was highlighted when I Googled it, so like it's there. So those things are true. And then I'm like, well, if it's prescribed for breast cancer, separate and aside from the osteoporosis and osteoarthritis, like what is the whole purpose about it being diagnosed as a breast cancer treatment? So I go on Google. I look at credible sites, like I went to the Cleveland Clinic, or I'll look for, under MGH or whatever, like they're reputable sites. I'm sweating. I gotta take my hat off. I'm hot. I'm so sick of hot flashes. I haven't taken my meds yet because I didn't know if I was allowed to. And look how bad. Look at my grays. Oh my gosh. I colored my hair super dark, which I love. And then look, there's all the white because I'm not 20 anymore, even though I feel like I am. Oh my gosh. Look at those roots. Talk about vulnerable. Like, this is cray-cray. Look at that. Oh my God. Ugh. Ugh. Don't look at that. Look at this part, because this part's like glorious and kick-ass. Okay, so where was I? The Zometa. Yeah, so I looked up what the point is of why it's prescribed for breast cancer, aside from the, undoing what the tamoxifen does. And it said that it reduces the likelihood of your cancer coming back because it does something with your bones. And if the breast cancer is going to come back, it'll most likely be in your bones or your liver or something or other. But the Zometa deals with your bones. And it basically keeps the breast cancer from going to your bones because there's something about calcium. I'm like the worst science teacher ever. There's something about calcium, like your bones want calcium to be strong. And there's something with cancer cells that like areas where there's a lot of calcium being pulled, which is so interesting for me personally because I had that kidney stone way back in the day. That was going on about, actually that was over 3 years ago at this point. And I haven't had a kidney stone since. And some people are like, oh, that is random and not connected at all. And I'm like, that's a load of bullshit that it's not connected, because the whole point of my, you catch the stone, or hopefully you catch the stone. Well, you pass it, not catch it. You catch it out of your kidney. You pass the stone, hopefully. When I passed my stone and I caught it in the plastic funnel of fun, they do, they do pathology on it to see what the stone is made out of. And most stones are made out of whatever it is. I'm too tired to even remember. But my stone was not made primarily of that, which was different. So it wasn't like a regular kidney stone like most other people in the world have. Mine was because my body was sucking calcium out of my bones so hard that it pooled up and, formed the kidney stone. So why? I very much so think it's because I had cancer and I didn't know I had cancer. They guesstimate that I had cancer for 1.5 years before I was actually diagnosed. Rewind 200 vlogs to hear that story. And plus my PTH hormone, or the parathyroid hormone levels were like through the roof, and the point of those of those glands, they're 4 glands. Your parathyroid hormone is not your thyroid, it's around your thyroid. They're 2 separate things. Because whenever I say that, people are like, oh, you have thyroid problems, I'm like, no, your parathyroid glands are around your thyroid, and they're like little grains of rice. Basically, when something's wrong, they like shoot off stuff, and like, you know, it's basically like your body's way of saying like something's up, and you have to just figure out what it is, and boom, like this is what it was. 2.5 years later with my fake teeth and fake boobs. What the fuck? I'm just like, I'm over it. Yes, I'm grateful I'm here, blah, 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 all the right things. And I'm just like tired of all this shit. I'm tired of going to the fucking doctor. Tired of fasting for blood, getting blood work done. I'm tired of, like, even I have my what the hell is this called? My selfie stick. I even changed my pop socket to be something crabby. I'm just like join me on my complaining here, because I know there's a lot of buts or ands to counteract what I'm saying, but I just need to like get this off my chest. Like when I'm sitting there and waiting for my number to be called at the lab, and like I'm just like staring straight at the door to the cancer center, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have to go there on Tuesday and get this shit like injected into my body. And like sometimes I have a friend go with me to my infusions just to like, you know, chat with me, or like, you obviously can't move one of your arms. And I have mine done over an hour, because if you do it over 15 minutes, like, holy fuck, good for you, but no need to do that. Who needs to be a martyr? Mine's over an hour. And this is actually the first time I'm not having my Lupron with the Zometa, but the Lupron was just kind of like whatever. Like at the end, they're like, oh, we'll just shove this into your arm too. But I'm not getting the Lupron this time. And also with the Zometa, I saw that, like, or I read that it's only for postmenopausal women. And when they say that it means like postmenopausal because of like naturally you're already past menopause, or if it's chemically induced, which was the case for me. Because when I read that, I was like, well, I wasn't postmenopausal. Like I had my period after I was diagnosed, but then once I started the Lupron, I was in menopause. So that's why there is no, my little asterisk on the side, there is no proof that like premenopausal women have any advantage of doing or get any benefits from doing the Zometa infusion. It's only for postmenopausal people. Why? I don't know. I didn't read that far. I got frustrated and I just stopped looking at my phone and started playing games instead. Like army games, like games with like tanks and stuff, when like people going to war. Just so like, I was like a Candy Crush kind of player before. When I get mad, I play that stupid game and I'm like, no, this is my territory. I will take it over. Ah! And then I see people come out of the infusion center, and, you know, of course, there's this one woman who had these gorgeous pants on. I'd like to have that kind of attitude. She's got these gorgeous pants on, these really cool shoes, and she's got a scarf on her, maybe there's a more tactful term for that, I don't know. She's got a scarf on her head, and you can see that she has no hair, and like, she just looks very powerful, and she's got like a guy and a girl behind her, which I don't know if they're friends or family or whatever they are. And I'm like, oh, you know, it'd be nice to have a posse come with me for my infusions, but I don't know. I have to ask. No one's ever offered to go with me, and honestly, I'm just fucking tired of asking. So the last time I had a friend there, but the time before that, I just went on my own, and I mean, the nurses were great at Newton Wellesley, so I didn't have to worry about it, but I'm not at Newton Wellesley anymore, and I hope that they're just as friendly and kind, because if I need a glass of water, like, I can't get up to go get it, because I'm hooked up to shit, and I can't leave, and you get so tired. You get so tired from the stupid infusion. And I have 2 left. Like, I'm thinking optimistically, but today's about being crabby. I have 2 left! And I'm just like tired of the rigmarole. Like, it's just been so long. And, you know, it's funny, because even as I'm saying this stuff out loud, like, my inner voice inside my head is going, but Jen, like, there's people that are, you know, going through chemo for years and have metastatic breast cancer and blah, blah, blah. Like, I know. And, you know, let me vent and complain, because there's people that also never have gotten a cancer diagnosis, who, like, live in this world of oblivious happiness where, like, they have these first world problems. And, I haven't had those kinds of first world problems in a while, and it's just annoying. I'm just tired. I'm tired of, like, everything is just, like, working so hard and doing all this shit. And especially when you're, you know, when you're single, it's tough. I don't know. It's been a while since I did a random vlog. I'm just frustrated. Like, I have to eat food and go to work and do all the normal things. And it's funny because she asked me, like, if I have any issues when I have blood drawn. And, like, lately, no. But, like, as I'm in there, even waiting, like, my fingers are so tingly. And I did not even use my CPAP last night because I got so fucking frustrated. Last night, or yesterday, when I got up, I had, like, lines on my face from the straps for, like, 2 hours. And I'm like, I can't. Okay, that's the first world problem. I get it. Like, I don't want to go out in public with these, like, big, you know, marks on my face. It's enough that I go into public right now, and, like, I feel like I don't, like, this part of me is fine. I could even, like, get over this thing right here. I'm just over all the bullshit. I'm over it. I don't know, just a direction that I did not know my life was going to go into. And it's not like I'm sad, like I want to cry. It's just a complaining thing where, like, you know, there's so many doctor's appointments. Oh, money. That's something I wanted to talk about quick, too. Because I was thinking, like, with the parking at Newton Wellesley, if you go to the cancer center, if you get regular parking, you have to pay for parking. The nice thing at MGH is you don't have to pay for parking. But if you go to, well, not all MGHs, some MGHs you don't have to pay for parking. In the city you do. And at Newton Wellesley, if you go to the cancer center, they ask you if you parked valet, and you get a ticket, a little thingy, and you get $4 parking, like unlimited parking, because obviously if you're there for an infusion, you're there for a while. So that's like your little gift, like your little coupon, is that you get this friggin' piece of paper that gives you $4 parking. I can't even get comfortable right now. So I wondered when, like, I started going to this new place, I'm like, well, I know that they have valet, so I'm like, but I'm like, they don't charge. So do they not charge for valet either? Like, I don't even know how that works. Like, should I be asking for a coupon? I don't even know how it works. Like, I don't know how it works. It's frustrating, because when I went to go check in, they're like, oh, you have to get your magnesium checked and your other stuff, whatever, which are the normal things you have to get checked before you have your Zometa infusion. Like, I always have labs before the Zometa. They won't allow you to get the infusion until the labs come back to see what your numbers are. So I said, I'm not checking in for those. I'm just checking in for the other blood test. And then I was like, well, wait, so on Tuesday when I go in, because the labs are the first appointment, do I go to the lab or do I go to the cancer center and let them take care of things? Like, I don't know how it works. And I'm the kind of person that needs, like, black and white directions of, like, here is what you do. And when I don't have those, like, I'm just not as, I'm a little uneasy to make sure that I'm, like, doing shit right, and not, like, I don't want to be at the freaking infusion center all day. But the valet thing, like, that had me thinking about, like, the whole money aspect of all this crap, because medical bills are fucking costly. And when I was doing my taxes last year and the year before, I spent about 10 grand each year on medical bills, which is insane. Like, I was going to, like, go back to school or get another degree or something and start a new, like, full-time job after my kids graduated high school. And then that wasn't part of my plan. My son was a junior, right? Was he? I don't even remember. It was the year before he graduated. So it was the summer before his senior year. I don't even remember. The point was, he was still in high school when I was diagnosed, and I couldn't go on. I feel like it was his junior year. I couldn't go on like college tours and stuff with him in the beginning because of my surgery and stuff. It wasn't until like later that I could go on some college tours with him, which was just frustrating. But yeah, the money thing, because like, yeah, when I had that Zoom with my my breast cancer support people, friends, they were talking about, like, you know, there's clinical trials and there's new drugs that are coming out that help with, you know, side effects or whatever. And A, there's the process of getting them FDA approved, and B, there's the thing of, okay, now that they're approved, is insurance going to actually cover it or not? And if it doesn't, some of these medications are fucking expensive. And, like, I just don't think it's fair that, like, you know, wealthy people should have better health care than people that aren't wealthy. I just think that's just fucking stupid. And I know it's not like that in every country, but I don't plan on living in America anytime soon. That's just the way it is here. So, yeah, I just think it's wrong. Like, like, you can have some total shitwad asshole who has a fuck ton of money and get sick, and, like, you know, they can get better with all these awesome drugs and feel good so they can continue being their shitwad asshole selves. And then you can have someone who's, like, super kind and volunteers their time and is just nice to people and a good, like, person in this world, and they just don't make a lot of money. And they get sick and they can't get the same kind of treatment as the shitwad asshole, which doesn't make sense in my little 5-year-old moral world that, like, that's the way it is. That's not how it should be. Nice things should happen to nice people, period. And I get that's not the way that it is. And there are, here's optimism stopping in. That I know that there's, like, programs to help people and stuff, and that's great. It's just frustrating. Because, like, there is a new med that is out that just was recently FDA approved. I think I mentioned it before in one of my vlogs. And it's very new, and it helps with a ton of side effects from the frickin' the meds. Like with the hot flashes. Right now I'm outside and it's 30 degrees, so I'm, like, super comfortable. I was hot in my 30-degree car, but now that my car is off and the heat's off, it's like, the heat's off. Hallelujah. Yeah, the winter is great when you're going through all this bullshit. What was I saying? Money. I don't even. Oh, the side effects. Maybe like brain fog. I don't know. No, the side effects, like the hot flashes and depressive thoughts, like what I'm sharing now. I don't think I'm depressed. I'm just, like, being cynical and just, like, fucking frustrated, which I think anyone would be after all this crazy. I don't know. There's a couple of side effects from, like, just menopause and cancer treatments that this med takes care of, but the problem is that it's so new and it just got approved, so insurance is like, we don't know if we want to cover it yet. So if they don't cover it, like, you're spending, like, hundreds of dollars for these freaking pills. And again, you could be an asshole doing that, and then you have someone who's not an asshole, that those pills just aren't an option, and they can't, they're too expensive, so they can't take them, so they have to just, you know, deal with life and walk around the fan all the time and, like, you know, sweat through your clothes and only wear black because you can't see the sweat so much through that, and have a fan in your face at work, which probably annoys my coworkers, God bless them. Like, you just feel uncomfortable. Like, I have a new couch, obviously, since my flood and stuff, and I'm just, like, physically not comfortable on the couch. It makes me even warmer, and, like, I don't want to get rid of it, but, like, temperature and how things feel, it just sucks. It just sucks. This whole fucking thing just sucks. And one of the things that people have told me that makes me so lovable is that I'm so honest about the fact of saying these kinds of things, because there are so many vlogs out there where people have, you know, their little intros and stuff. And like, could I make an intro? Sure. I have I have software that I could do that from the station that I work at. And yeah, I could make one of those. I could make my hair all like dolled up. I could put a ton of makeup on. I could take my sunglasses off for you, but I just don't feel like it. And like, that's okay. Nothing against you people, but, yeah, not everything has to be so polished all the time. Cause I'd have to say, in the cancer process, most things aren't polished at all. Even my nails, and then I really have to go in to eat. My nails, like, look how like pretty shiny red they are. I had them done before Christmas, like as a little treat to myself. And like bills are starting to pile up, so I need to stop like getting my nails done. But my nails kept shipping, so I asked her to put tips on like a couple of them, and she put tips on all of them. And I get into this really wacky sensory shit before my Zometas and before my Luprons too, but that's, you know, over. But the weight of the tips on my nails, like, just makes me so fucking uncomfortable. It's weird. Before the Zometas, I almost feel like I get very arthritic for about a month before my next Zometas do. I feel like that will go away over time. Oh wait, let me stop. That was being optimistic. Because the punchiness and aggression I would feel before my Luprons has gone away. And we are now in the end of January. Okay, here's my optimism. We're now at the end of January, and I still haven't got my period yet. There's no wood for me to knock on. Yeah, so that's exciting news. All right, I gotta go eat. I just wanted to complain to all of you. Thanks for listening. It's, you know, whatever. It's fine. It's just like, ugh, you have to just fucking bitch and moan every once in a while just to get it out, you know? Like, enough is enough. And I'm gonna go inside and have to get changed for work and like not even know what the fuck to wear because I'm achy and I want to wear sneakers, and then I have to wear sneakers with jeans that like actually fit me, and like, how much do I care? Oh my God. Okay, here's my last story and then I'm done. When I was teaching, I think I got married relatively young. I feel like I was single when I was married when I got my first like job. No, rewind, sorry. Edit. See, I could cut that. I know how to blade videos, but I just don't feel like it. When I first started teaching in my first like long-term gig, I was married, and I don't know why that matters. Well, I just used to dress differently when I was married, much more conservatively than I do now, like turtlenecks and tights and corduroy plaid shorts to match my turtleneck. Yeah. Anyway, so I used to keep track of what I was wearing and make a point to see how long I could go without wearing the same outfit. What a first world problem is that? Not problem, but even a task. That is a first world fucking task. And now I'm like, what shirt will I wear where I don't look 8 months pregnant, where I'm not sweating my fucking ass off and you can actually see my sweat? What should I wear? And then you wonder why I color my hair dark, because dark is very forgiving, except when you have like white roots, but I don't care. Okay, that's all. Just let it rip. Don't stay there. I'm not going to stay there. I'm sure I'll be cheery in like 20 minutes once I eat some food and whatever, but like, it's okay to fucking bitch and moan once in a while. Yeah. All right. I'll see y'all soon. I know I'm behind on vlogs. I'll get there. Yeah, I'll get there. I'm like 2 months behind right now, but I don't know if that really even matters. Okay, people. See you later. Bye.